Alright, today's video, it is a continuation of yesterday. So yesterday we did rman backup or rman duplicate backup from duplicate database from backup. So today we're going to do a demo, do rman duplicate database from active database. Also, this is Oracle 19C environment. So rman duplicate database from active database, which is very similar if you build a database like data guard, okay? The standby, when you build a data guard standby from active database, it should be, I think it's here, okay? So it's a data guard, okay? So, and similar approach, and I basically make it like two steps. The step one is you do the prep work. So you prepare the init.r file, the password file, listener, and the TNS files, okay? The second, we run the rman backup from active database. It's very simple. So we will see shortly. So this is the environment we're going to use. So basically, I have an existing environment. The host name is 08, the instance name, the root container, the Oracle database name, seed, PDP seed, and the PDP, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to use the rman, do the active, from active database. So on this host is active, we're going to copy, duplicate the whole database, both CDB and PDB, to another host, okay? So so this is the process. So we're going to use rman to duplicate over here. So during this duplication process, so we decide it's going to, we're going to change the name, okay? So we're going to change name. So we plan to change the name to a different name, okay? You can keep the same name if your environment allowed, but typically we will use a different name, okay? So let's see, we're going to change it to CDBR8, okay? So this is our plan, okay? Well, it's not easy to write, so. And the same thing, we're going to change the database name as well, okay? So we're going to change the database name with a different name. And same thing, okay? So we're going to change the database name and the instance name, okay? So it's going to be CDB R8, whatever name you'd like, okay? So this is the process. So we basically clone this database, not clone. So when you use rman, they use duplicate, okay? When you use other methods, they use, we call the clone, okay? So we duplicate the database through the TNS names. Basically, the data is transferred from the network without touching the disk. So the previous video, the data is on disk. For this, the data is transferred during the duplicate process through the network. Okay, so let's go to the system. So this is the source. In the rman term, it's called a target. Okay, but it's really the source, the database. So we're gonna pull data from this the source and then build the database on another server. In this case, I use short name 08R8. Okay, so if we do the this is it's running. So this is the database on the source. Okay, so let's prepare the so let me get to the document, get ready. So this is our document, okay? So let me get into the Vim mode, okay? VI mode. Okay, so in this way, I can edit this script, the document. So first, we will copy those init.aura file, the password file, and some TNS listener related from the existing server to the new server. Okay. Although we don't have to do this, but this is just a handy way. You can always do our way to build this from scratch. Okay, don't have to be copied. Just definitely have some other way to do that. But for simplicity, we're going to just copy from existing to the modification. Okay. All right. So let's let me make so from existing server. Okay. To the new server. So just see it's not may not be a new server, but we just use the term, okay, to different from the existing one. So now we're gonna do make necessary change to those files, okay. So let me see if we have something running on this. So probably I have leftovers, forgot to drop, okay. Let me see. Oh, we have a. So let me drop this first, okay, and do the cleanup. So that is from last video, so I have to shut down first, okay? Okay. So let's start into exclusive restrict mode, okay? So after that, we will drop this database, do the cleanup, okay? So I'm going to just drop the database. So after that, we will get started, okay? It should be fairly quick. Yeah. And let me go back to, okay, it's dropped. So first, let's work on the init.aura file. Okay, so on the source database, we know in our case, it's in the Oracle home. Okay, so, and let me go to directory. So we're going to cd to Oracle home. So we put the init.aura file in this location. Okay, this is our the new server. So we're gonna just use our SCP. Okay, we're gonna use SCP from the O8 server because we use the same Oracle user, so we don't have to. And we know it's in this location. So they it's gonna be init. Let's see. So let's create one. So let me exit this session. So let me cd to the location. Okay, so I'm cd to here and connect the database, create the P file. Okay, so we are going to create P file from SP file. Okay. Although it's created, so let's do ls. So in this directory, you see this is the P file. It is created init, then followed by the instance ID, SID, right? So this is the P file. So we're going to copy this file from the existing server and to the new server. This is a part of the prep work, okay? So we did this before, it's similar thing, we just copy, okay? After copy, because we, as we said, we don't want the same SID, so we want to change it to a something. Just rename the file. It's called cdbr8. Okay, so this is our own new instance name, right? So just change the name. Now we're going to edit this file, make a necessary change. The change last time we did just do a global change. So the global change is global change the existing database name and to the one we want. We in this case we call it CRB R8. Okay. All right. So the change is done. So and also there's I noticed something like lowercase, but because we don't use those in this demo, I just leave it as it is. So the change is done. Last time we know in order to start, we need create this audit directory. Okay, so make dir and the audit directory. So we did this change. Also, we need to copy this password over. You see, this is a password. So and let me catch the duplicate this file. So we also let's copy the password over as well. Okay, so we're gonna copy the password over, copy here, and all same thing. We're gonna rename this password file from the old instance, the existing instance, to the new one we want. Okay, we're gonna call it R8. Okay, or remove this. Right. So and for this file, it's only the name because Oracle needed to know which this password file belong to which instance. Okay, so nothing else we need to do. However, for the init.aura, I think I need to make one more change because last time we decided to also change the data file location. So let me just retrieve the old command. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I have something saved, so I don't have to do it again. Okay, so this last time we decided to change from existing location to a different location. Okay, from or CLCDB to CDBR8. Okay, so let me just copy these two lines and append it to the init.aura file. Okay, so all right, so that is the change we did last time. So let's go back to the document. So we did, let me see. So the listener.aura, not listener.aura, it's init.aura. So now we're gonna go to the listener to DD. Okay, so now let's do the listener.aura. So for the listener.aura, it is going to be in the network. Okay, so we're going to cd to Oracle home and network. Okay, network admin. So that is the directory. So from there, same thing. So we're going to do the copy from the existing server. Okay, so let's retrieve our old command. So it's going to be home network admin. So we're going to retrieve listener. So listener.aura. So we also need to retrieve the tns.aura. Okay, you don't have to, but it's just for convenience. Okay, tns names.aura. Okay, after that we're gonna make a change. Okay, all right. Before we do this, let's we can change first. Okay, so let's change. So this is the listener.aura on the existing. For the new system, we're gonna call it CDB SID, we call it R8. This is our instance name. Also the host name. So we're gonna use our host on the new server R8. Okay, so that is done. So now we can start it up this listener. Okay, so let's start it up. Probably I have to stop first. Okay, so let me stop it first. This is the older one. So I'm gonna stop listener, start listener, and the listener status. Okay, so it started. So you see we have an instance and called CDBR8. It's provided the service. Okay, this is listener.aura. So we've done this one. So next we're gonna do the TNS. Okay, probably the TNS already done last time. So basically, let me remove the second line. So the currently for the I use a simple TNS definition and just for easy to make things easy understand. Okay, so this TNS alias name is called O8. It doesn't matter, it's just alias, right? So it's pointing to host O8, port number, and SID. So to connect for the let's do a connecting test. So if I needed to connect to the database on O8, I can use sys, right? So in my case, my password called Oracle. Doesn't matter what, in the production, of course, we're going to use a complicated ones. So the TNS name as sysdba, right? So this is the way you connect a remote database. And if you do a select name, you will see it is the, so this is the remote on O8 the database. Okay, so now what we need to do, we need to create a new entry. So the entry is going to be let's see, called R8. So this alias is pointing the our current host, same port number, but the instance name is going to be CDBR8. Okay, R8. So this is the okay. Now let's do a connection to the R8. So you connect because of there's no database up yet. You see a connect to idle instance. Okay. One important thing to be noted for the listener.aura, you see we define the listener list ID, and this one listener SID list listener. So we use this as the SID. So that is called a static listener. So that is a requirement. Okay. So make sure we change the SID and static listener. Okay. Yeah, just for listener, it's Oracle is also complicated. You have static listener, dynamic register listener, local listener, rack listener, like forgot the name and used for the rack. Okay, there's so many listeners. So just remember the static listeners. You have this defined. So if you don't have static, then you cannot connect. Okay, connect like we just did. So if you connect idle instance, you have to have static listener. Okay, this is a requirement. So I guess the prep work is ready. So because we changed the name, so on the existing server, we're gonna also add this line over. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I'm going to do the same thing on the existing server. Okay. So it's going to be network admin. So probably I already did, but I just ts.org. Right, I already did. So in the previous demo. So let me just remove this. So let's just see I'm adding this once again. So now we're gonna do the test. Okay, so make sure we can connect from both server. Okay, so let's go back to this one. Okay, let's use cat. So in this we don't have to use edit mode. Okay. So the test connection, let's do this one first. Okay. So on the R8, this is the server. So make sure you can connect. We already just did. So you can connect the existing one, the both of the servers. Okay, existing one and the new one. Okay, make sure you can do it is on this server, and also you can do it on the existing server. Okay, because rman is going to use those TNS to do this. Okay. You see, from another side, the existing server, when you do the connect, you get instance, okay? And so if you connect O8 use TNS, you can connect as well, okay? Although it's local, but you can still use TNS, okay? So now it's ready. So we did a connection, and we connect using the TNS, connect both of the instance, okay? So one instance is up, another instance is idle, it's not started yet. So now we're gonna do the second step. The second step, it is very simple. So basically first you will need to start up the instance, okay? So okay, sysdba, right? So you can do it like a start no mount. So this is the way to start it up. So after start it up, if you do a connection test, you can see it. It's going to see connected. Okay, but it is idle, not idle instance. It is the mount. Now we're going to use rman to connect both of the system. I don't have here, so we're going to have to do. So first, it doesn't matter order. Okay, so rman target. So here the target is actually the relative, it is the source database we're going to connect to pull data, okay? Although in rman term it's called a target, but it is the source database to connect, okay? So the second one is we are going to connect is the auxiliary, okay? So we're going to do the auxiliary, okay? Auxiliary. We also need you can probably use just slash, because I think safe we're gonna use the TNS. Okay, so this is more general. So target, sys user oracle or sys user password and the alias, auxiliary, sys user, and the TNS alias. And in many real world, you also want to use, for example, catalog. Okay, catalog. If you have a catalog, then you're gonna like whatever user you password you defined. Okay, so in our case, we just use no catalog, so we just try to connect. Now you can see it is the targeted database. Actually, as I said, this is actually the source in this process. The auxiliary is the target database. We're going to, let's pull back to this one. So basically, rman is going to connect this one and pull data to here. So I mean, it's probably to see this is the source database, this is the target database, okay? But in the rman term, this is used the target, so that's fine. So just FYI, okay? So the source database, it is with this DB and the target database is in the no mount mode, okay? Now we're gonna do the duplicate target database. I would say duplicate the source database, okay? But it's a long story, so let's just say duplicate target database. 2, this is our to be cloned, okay? Or clone the database. So from active database, no file check, same thing. You probably can remove that no file check, but I just put there. So let's run it, okay? So it's gonna take a minute or so, something. Let's see. Okay, copy this line, okay? Let me see what I want to do. Well, that's all right. I just run it as done. I don't need. I was thinking to put into like silent mode, okay? Because let's just do it interactive. So here you will you can brief view this log file. It has a bunch of information, and for example, let's see, connect to the auxiliary database, and then change those init.r file. You see the DB name, DB unique name. In our case, it's and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's see. So the rman command you can actually run from either from this side to the or this side. Also, even you can run from like a rman command client. You know, if you have a client installed on your laptop or Windows, you can also run the similar command. Okay, so let's. I'm gonna just pause the video for a few minutes and come back. All right, it's finished. That's pretty quick. Okay, so let's go back to SQL Plus, do some quick test. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to SQL Plus. So I'm gonna do a select name. Now it's a CDBR8. And also let's do a select star from the recovery file. Recover file. We will see 0 return. Also, let's see where the log file is. It will be in the location we specified. Okay, yeah, that's right. So we specify the location. It's in this location. It's converted. If you make a compare, so you will see. Yeah, this is the this is a file. If we compare with the another server, another database, SY. That is the original location. So if we do a select star from $, database, not database without the log. Okay. So you see, this is the original location. This is the new location. Okay. As I said, the source database, it is a data guard. So we actually, and just it really doesn't matter the source database. It's a standalone or data guard or even rack. We can do the similar thing. Okay. All right.